Hey agents, thanks for tuning into my latest video. I know it's been a while, but I decided just to make a quick one since TU6 title update 6 dropped about a week and a half ago, just to highlight some of the changes for the guys that haven't looked into it, that are maybe still on the fence on coming back after TU5 or earlier. Maybe for the players still on Division 1 that don't actually want to jump onto Division 2 yet, or just my 2 cents on the game and how it actually feels right now. The biggest thing I can say, the game actually feels now like the game we should have had at launch, with all the changes that TU6 brought. The changes actually made the game a lot better, especially the whole looting and crafting and recalibrating aspect of it. So making builds is actually a lot easier now, and also you can see the variety of builds. I mean, even in my clan, the 20 odd guys we have, we all use, none of us actually use the same kind of builds, and all of us are very, how can I say, successful in the game, PvE wise, because this is after all still mainly PvE. I say it's mainly PvE because I know if you just if you just go onto YouTube, you type in Division 2 PvP, you can see all the complaints that are there about the game, PvP wise not still being at the level that Division, the original Division is, because many people still go to Division 1 at this current day and age for the PvP needs in the Dark Zone. Some of those changes that have been implemented here, but not perfect yet. I mean, especially there are still a few bugs with the talents that people that some people have picked up. You can go onto YouTube, you can see it, broken talent this, broken talent that, but still the game is fun. I mean, even with all that stuff, the game is still pretty much fun to play. Okay, let's get on with it. Number one, the first thing that I actually or that we actually love the most is the whole target loot system. You open up the map, press up on the D-pad, you can see these names of all the brand sets and gear items that you find throughout the game. For example, if I'm now in the block where Gila is marked, that means that if I open a chest or from the enemies, the NPCs that drop, the drop rate of Gila, of any Gila gear, is higher than any other anything else. So the chances of you getting Gila when you open up a chest is a lot higher. And when you complete one of these side what you call open world things, these activities, you complete one of those, the reward, you will always get a target loot reward. It will always be a Gila piece. I've noticed it won't be actually anything else. There's DNH. If you want it to own, it will mostly give you DNH, which are any of the 6 pieces. You can target that. If you only want to, for example, if you only want chess pieces, or you want to maximize your chess pieces farming per hour, you would go into this block over here because it says chess pieces. There's a timer there at the bottom, so this, I think it refreshes every 24 hours. You can go on there, and then these things will change around. There's badger, there's mask. Okay, that's actually made farming a lot easier. Like I say, you can actually have more viable builds. I've seen that in the Dark Zone, if I go in there with my squad, or alone, or with 2 people, 3 people, doesn't matter, and you do actually end up being killed by another player, by a rogue, you can see that the builds, it's no longer a case of everybody running the same thing and that kills you. I mean, but shotguns now are still very prevalent. In this day and age, shotguns made a big comeback, and shotguns and the clutch SMG builds, because the crit range, they actually took that away, so you don't actually have to manage your crits the whole time while you're actually firing at someone. That you only have to worry about the drop off, not about the crit range that you always had between maybe 10 meters, 30 meters. In that range you could only crit. That it took that away. So that made the crit builds viable again, especially in PvP. They are strong in PvE as well. I myself use one of them. Let me just see if I open this, if I actually will get Gila. It will say target loot. There you have your Gila. And if I completed this control point right now, it would have said the same thing of that chest. Okay, there's a target loot. 100 out of 100, I'm full again. Okay, so that's so no a problem is always this inventory is always full. But one thing they gave us stash space. They increased it up to 300 from 150. So I've already spoken about making builds easier. So one of the aspect of build making is the stacking of talents no longer works. Like for the hard eating, that just means you can't have hard eating on two places anymore, and hard eating is now 25% instead of 10%. So instead of you having hard eating on all six of your pieces, you only need it on one. Really, you can only have it on one. If you have it on two places, it won't apply on the second place because it's 25%. The same goes with restorative. You can only have it in one place. Okay, restorative. There's destructive as well. There's critical, surgical, vital. Basically, all of those things. Insulated. What else is there? Self-adjusting, all of the talents were buffed, but you can only have it on one in one slot in your whole build. So that made things a lot more interesting, makes builds a lot quicker. So if you actually can get a good mask with your 54-55% damage to elites, as long as you have hard eating on there, you're sorted. I mean, that will be all your damage to elites you get. Besides, if you maybe have a weapon like a P416 where you equip your mods for your damage to elites, that's the only other place you're going to get it, really. You can get the damage on. That's the biggest change with build making. I'm not going to speak much about this build. I mean, you can have all these name items now, like 0Fs. You can have your perfectly unbreakable. There were 30 odd name items put in the game. That's one of them. You can see your punch drunk. You can have perfect concussion. So, for example, if you have your concussion, it will say headshots got 50% headshot damage, and then you get the perfect piece or whatever. Then it will always be 5% more, it's 20% headshot. For this, the unbreakable normally is 75%, but this one gives you 100%. The same with Berserk. Berserk was nerfed a bit from 10% to 8% damage, and then that was called Berserk. But you can get the perfect Berserk, which is the 10% it originally was in TU5. So that's basically what they've done. Some you get the name items and name weapons. The AR's got a buff, that's a big thing. AR's got a buff, SMG's got a buff. Eagle Bearer took a bit of a hit. I mean, my Eagle Bearer used to be 32,000 or 33,000, around about there. So this Vigilance Composure build, it used to be a lot more. So that's how the Eagle got hit. I mean, with this 57, my Eagle used to be 33%, I think. Not 33%, 33k. All weapon. This is as much as I can get on this build because I'm not using a P416. I'm still using the Eagle Bearer. I don't have concussion on here, so the headshot, it would have helped me a lot more. Because the problem is, okay, this is not a build video, but I'm just saying if I had concussion, if I can put concussion here, or perfect concussion, then I would have a problem because then my hard eating would have to be somewhere else. And where would I fit my hard eating? I mean, where would I put that? I put it there, I lose my composer. You see, so it's still a trade-off you have to make. But it's actually a lot simpler, a lot easier. You can't just have hard eating everywhere. Then it wouldn't have been a problem, really. So you just have to be a bit more smarter about it, but it's more optimal. It's quicker to find the pieces to do it. I think an hour of farming, I would have the piece to do that, to make that change. The NPCs got a buff in the raid and open world. That's also a change, not just in their toughness, but in how they react in situations, what they actually do to get you to get out of cover, especially with patience. We found that patience doesn't really, it's not that beneficial anymore outside of raid, really. If you don't get the opportunity to use a lot of cover in the raid, you can still use cover a lot. But this patience, that's why I'm not using patience on this build, because in the open world they don't give you any missions, they don't give you time really to have patience to kick in to its full effect. They'll throw a grenade or do something to get you out of cover. So I think that's, for the most part, that's TU6 in a nutshell. They have this whole mastery system now in Kennedy College where it's basically a time attack mode. It's a time attack mode. I haven't done it yet because I did it originally when it came out. And they have a modifier, so it'll be up for how long still? I have 6 days to do it, and then it'll be down again for a week and two, and up again with a different modifier. That's the whole idea on that. Um, oh, Manning, yeah, Manning is now a stronghold. The Pentagon, the new missions open up. I think I was on this past Monday. I haven't done that yet. I'm saving that one up to do. So yeah, the targeting loot, the NPC buff, the balding, the weapon buffs. I think there's probably more stuff I could actually say, but what's going on here? You can see that I barely touched that guy. Okay, that was yeah. Just do that. Just pick up that base. Oh, the other change I can actually show quickly. The other change is on the resources tab. You can see 2000. You can have 1500 now of these things, of your resources. This used to be a problem. It used to be 400 or what? 600. No, that used to be a massive problem. That and the cost of recalibration used to be a massive problem. You would run out of funds and out of electronics, especially. You would run out of it. You can roll 2 or 3 things. You can roll out like 2 or 3 times, and then I would be broke AF every time. So let me just show you the new recalibration station quickly. That's the other major change besides the talent stacking, the weapon buff, the target loot. Let me just show you that and the cost of it now. Oh, there's some new blueprints as well. There's also some new functionality on the recal station. Oh no, the crafting station, where it shows you if you're missing a blueprint. It'll give you tips on where to go, on what to actually go and do, what to go farm to increase your chances of getting that blueprint. There's a motherly love blueprint while I'm waiting for this to load. A motherly love blueprint that you can craft 13% damage gloves with that one. Or 13% weapon damage, put it that way, on your gloves. Okay. Oh, I haven't mentioned a new specialization because I haven't unlocked it yet. Technician. So I'm not going to speak about this because I haven't unlocked it yet. I'm not in a rush to do it either because from what I've heard from the guys in my clan that have it, doesn't have anything that have it, it's more towards skill, and I don't even use C commands. I just want to shoot. For example, if I now want to craft, you see, I'm not seeing the motherly. Oh, the motherly love. It will tell you the way. You see, not actually showing anything. It's supposed to. Oh, that's one of the problems here. It doesn't actually show all the menus at once. I might have to go back there. Anyway, so maybe recalibration. You'll notice the cost of the recalibration is a lot lower. Money wise, a lot lower. Resources cost a bit less to do it. So if I now want to, okay, not on this ball. Let me just do that. This is what I want to do anyway. I don't need the skill power. So if I want to put health on here, oh yeah, then let's say I want to this is totally brand new and made the game a lot bit easier because it shows you skill power and then it'll show you everything, even stuff in your stash. So you no longer have to run over to your stash, take something out, and then come back here to actually use it. So if I want to take this health, Okay, this is not favorite, so I'm probably not using it. So I want to dump this 31k health onto this backpack. And there you have it, 145, used to be 108. And that's how you do it now. I don't have anything else to roll now at the moment. No, I don't have anything else to roll.
Incoming backup request.
But that's basically how you do it. So if I actually want, if I find a better mask, I could put 42% on there, but what's the use of 42? I mean, it's 2%. I don't think I'll notice a difference in that 42%. It will still lock all the other things like it used to, but here you can see everything in your stash. You can, you can roll. It makes rolling a lot easier, so it's cheaper. It's cheaper to roll items. I mean, cheaper as in cheaper on your resources, cheaper on your credits to roll things. So that's a massive change. Um, and like I said earlier, the other massive change. I mean, this is also, it costs you less. I mean, 26 carbon fiber, 36 polycarbonate. The stuff used to cost a lot more. Why is it not showing anything here? It's supposed to show. Okay, like for example, this will say unlock at vendors, projects, blah blah blah, to tell you where to go and look to maybe get that blueprint you're looking for. I'm not gonna show you Cassie Mendoza because there's lots of videos out there, but she sells named items as well. I think I've said something about named items. Have I? Have I said something about named items? I can't remember. Anyway, I'll just say it again. Punch drunk. You get all these name items. You'll see them in the open world. The name will be gold, will be highlighted. It will say maybe. So the name items, they are just better, how can I say, better spec'd pieces of others you can, of talents you actually get in the game. Like you get your concussion, your normal concussion. Where is that now? Okay, 15% headshot damage. And you get the perfect concussion, 20%. Just like you have berserk, which was nerfed a bit to 8%. Then you get perfect berserk, it's 10%. And you get your vigilance. Okay, I don't have a perfect berserk here. And then you get your unbreakable, get your perfect unbreakable, 100%, normal unbreakable, 75% of max. So that's a name item. Like I've said, target loot, crafting, bolt making, stacking, weapon buffs, NPC behavior, raid buff, explosion buff especially, and that there was a change in the dogs and how they actually behave. They do 3 shots now instead of the just one sniping you the whole time. They do 3, they walk around. They do 3, they walk around. Um, what's the other thing? Yeah, the build making easier, target loot. So this might be a good opportunity or a good time to get into TU6. What is this? The shooting range is very dodgy. I don't like it at all. Let me just see what it shows me. It's very connection dependent. I want to see what it shows you. There's actually something different in here as well. You have that self damage you see over there. So to test your berserk, you can let the shooting range fire at you to actually take all your armor off, so you can see what your berserk will do in the open world. I just want to see what this is actually going to show me. Yeah, this is, I hate the shooting range. One day it'll say 1.7 million, the other day it'll say 1.2, the other day it'll say 1.5. I don't like the shooting range at all. The shooting range doesn't make sense to me. I think I take any of these builds, it'll still be rubbish. That's how you use that. This is still gonna be rubbish now. I hate the shooting range. Okay, that's supposed to be a lot more. So I think this thing is bugged, really. I don't think this is actually very accurate. Because I have the 6, update your game, come back, check it out. I mean, you've already paid. If I mean, if you're South African, you've already paid your R1,000 for the game. I mean, or you paid your. If it was on sale, you got it on sale. You already paid your 479 rand, or you've paid your $60 or your 60 euros, however much you've paid for it. You owe it to yourself just to check the game out again. If you don't like it, go back to playing something else. Come back, wait for TU7, come back, check it out. That's me. Catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.